Hey everyone, Future Shadow here. I just want to let you all know that I made a fucky wucky. I forgot to save the replays for two of the fights that happen later in the video, and because of that, the fights just weren't interesting. It was just me being quiet and min-maxing formations and stuff. Like it was, if I could put like an interesting spin on the footage, I would. I tried. I can't. I don't like it. So I'm just gonna cut those fights completely out. I'll leave like a pause there and I'll explain more or less what happened based on memory. I horribly apologize for this. I will fix it going forward. And aside from that, let's get on with the rest of the video. Hey everyone, I am the Shadow of the Hawk, and welcome back to some Total War Warhammer 2. Since the last episode, well, since the first episode, I've been given some advice. Here are some changes that'll be happening. First of all, I will be cutting out loading screens, and for the battles, instead of trying to fight them and do cinematic shots, I will be editing in the replays of my fights. Just to give a more cinematic view, even though that cinematic view will be choppy as hell. Anyway, where we left off last episode, I had started the construction of the Royal Barracks, and we had just secured Great Turtle Isle, which I will probably be renaming at some point to something more Tomb King-y. Last point of resistance for the Lore Masters is the Golden Ziggurat. So that is where we will be going, with High Queen Khalida. Please do not cut me off when I'm trying to explain what's happening, okay? It's not very nice. So, let us take this mighty army of Lybaras and march upon the Golden Ziggurat. Now, King Rasfa has an army. We can make it a little bit bigger. Like that. There we are. It is now a sizable bit bigger. And we have some funds left over that we can use to spend on whatever we want. Within the Copper Desert, what can we purchase? We could begin the route to get chariots, which will eventually allow us to get a Screaming Skull catapult, or we can save up a little bit more money so we can begin to get Sepulchre Stalkers, which Khalida has buffs for. So, I think I'm going to save up a bit. Or, I might put something into the Sentinels of Shetty to try to buff this place up, or maybe even Great Turtle Isle. We could... If we can get some trade deals... Yeah, we could. We very well could. I think I'm going to wait. I think I am going to wait and try to get some Sepulchre Stalkers. So, I will be ending turn right now, and you will see me at the beginning of turn 21. Alright, alright, alright. So, the elves are trying to amass an army. Their little attempt will not be successful. I mean, who else? Nagarant?
Kill all!
I agree. So, this is a pure victory. We could just auto-win this. But where is the fun in auto-resolve? Okay, there are a lot of fun in auto-resolve, but like this looks like a fun fight. So we will take it as a fun fight. We need to start off with a bang. Alright, so as you can see, the enemy have reinforcements coming on our right flank, and they have a nice sizable force down the middle. That was loud. I set up a nice strong flank of spears on our left to dissuade any attacks from the left. And I've got my Sepulchre Stalkers as well as Khalida and my Nehekarn warriors on the right, shouldn't any cavalry come to the right. Archers in the rear as sort of a secondary screen for my Casket of Souls. Lich Priest and his skeleton warriors as well as my Necropolis Knights on the left flank to support there. Artillery doing a ton of damage down here. As you can see, the elves have been very much depleted.
Our will is tested.
It very much is. You are going to die. That could have looked a lot cooler. But yeah, so they're advancing. I sent Sepulchre Stalkers on the right flank to do a little bit of damage to these Illyrian Reavers. We killed one of them, but before we could get a second volley off, we were engaged in melee by the Spearmen. I don't want these to be caught out of formation, so I'll be pulling them back. On the left flank, I've sent our entire left flank to go deal with those Illyrian Reavers, as I send our center and right flank forward to cover the Sepulchre Stalkers and engage the enemy. Khalida is moving forward to help this force deal with these Spearmen, and now we're popping. That's loud. And now we're popping a little bit of magic on the left flank to kind of weaken them there. Archers are lancing out, doing their thing. The Acropolis Knights are waiting. Kalita just popped her magical explosion. And these guys are about to have a horrible time. These guys are about... There it is. There's the horrible time. This is about to be one of the coolest spells. I half missed that. I apologize. But you can see, pretty devastating. Over here, we're mopping up another group of enemy spearmen as 2 units are pushing into their rear flank. Gonna break off and catch some other archers. This entire formation, again, is trying to catch some Illyrian Reavers on the left flank. It's not gonna happen. Artillery is continuing to rain down. So here's a general overview. We have completely eliminated their infantry. All that's left is their archers, which we can't really effectively engage with just infantry. We can't outrange with our archers, so we will simply bombard them with artillery with the few forces that we've sent out. Back here, we're just doing a little bit of mopping up, killing an enemy lord, and soon we will begin to reform, make the line strong enough to counter the enemy. Artillery strike coming out. Again, the plan is fairly simple. Now we're going to pull back all of our units. If I switch to here, you can see more or less the plan is to reform the line back here. Create a nice, solid defensive line to try to lure the enemy back in. Of course, any sane person would realize this is defeat and flee, but the elves are not sane. They are knife-eared, they are pompous, and they're kind of assholes. Also, their commanding officer is dead. It is now a princess leading the charge. We all know what happens when nobility gets involved in military action. Nothing good. Nothing good. But those arrows, they are raining down. They are doing some hefty damage. We are going to lose quite a few of our skeleton spearmen, but at the end of the day, that does not matter. Over on these Illyrian Reavers, we have summoned a group of Ushapti, who are going to, well, not be good, especially with an artillery strike coming in as well. This is not going to be a fun time. As you can see, the Illyrian Reavers are trying to run towards the middle. The enemy is trying to reposition their archers to counter the bombardment as it's coming down. As we pull back our forces and form up a strong line of spearmen and move up our archers to counter any sort of push that they might try to counter-make. Illyrian Reavers get halfway eliminated from an artillery strike, and right there is the final straw that breaks the camel's back. As you can see, the morale of our opponents has finally broken. In the end, they were decimated. Very horrifically decimated. Let's get back to the rest of the episode.
Vengeance appeased!
So, yes, the elves lost, but you have to admit, they put up a fight. Look at them. They killed 2 whole units of spearmen. That is impressive.
No right.
That is something that should be looked at
High Queen Kalida.
with like, we should give those elves our highest respect. Oh, we can now get, let's get Pit of Shades. I like Pit of Shades. Actually, no, we have a pretty decent damage dealer. Let's go. Nah, let's grab Pit of Shades. Pit of Shades is a good buff. Is a good damager, excuse me. And oh no, we lost soldiers. Whatever shall we do? And we'll get rid of you.
Asap smiles on us.
We lost good soldiers. Whatever shall we do? It's not like we can't replace them with ease. Now we have some more money to spend on upgrades. Let's go. Copper Desert. Again, I would like to save up to grab a Quicksand Swamp. Now, we're in a very interesting situation. We could either push north and go after the Druki and unite this province. And that is tempting. That is... Fighting the Druki is tempting. Well, we can get spice. What can we make with spices, actually? We can make a Blade of Morning Fire. That's pretty good. But we still need iron. Hold on. I just realized something. Yeah. If I jump to the Golden Ziggurat, I think...
Lybaras shall rise again.
I'll take the money. I think this place has, if I look at this, I think this place has a resource. No. Am I just going mad then? That's pottery. Huh, I guess I'm just going mad. Well, I think we're going to go for the dwarves next. This is a very good resource, as well as a good trade good. Can push through here, if the Dark Elves are willing to talk with us.
Feared by all. The undead have little to interest the Druchi.
No, we can go deal with the Druchi, excuse me. No, let's just do that.
King of Nehekara. Attend your king, slaves.
Let's do that now.
Strike on my command.
Fear my... The undead have little to interest the Druchi. Speak quickly.
How much for Morathi's thralls?
And yeah, I'm gonna end the turn now. See you in turn 22. I say that. We have a little fight. This is like... I'm auto-resolving this. This doesn't matter. Oh no, we're gonna lose a garrison.
To battle!
Whoop-de-fucking-do. Yeah, so... The High Elves decided just to suicide into our forces for some softly reason.
Bring me Neferata's head!
If you could point me in her direction, I would gladly do it. Let's give her some more hit points. You know, she's a duelist. She needs to be able to hit. And let's take Occam's Mind Razor. Let's have a little bit of every toffee, if you would. And let's just
We begin.
kill
Come,
this bastard.
kill for Asa!
Just kill her.
Move for Lybaras!
And now we have access to King Nakesh's Scorpion Legion.
Victory!
That is useful.
Bow!
Oh hey, now we can get the Blessing of Asaf. Right? No, we can make our missile strength even better. Let's do that, actually. Make our archers and sepulchre stalkers better. We can also grab some spearmen. Now let's take to the waves. He was made to rule the waves across the
queen
seven
moves.
seas. I don't think
Set sail!
Ridiculous.
that doesn't scare me. I don't like even if they catch us in the high seas. I think we can win that fight. Let's march on the chamber
I'll
of
show
Visions.
these elves dark. Submit to your king.
I love that line. I will show these elves the dark. So this is a motherfucker. A black dragon. I legitimately think I could, like, this is easily a fight I could win. I've never been on the receiving end of a black... Well, you know that old saying, fortune favors the bold... Wait, what's the map like, actually? Hold on, because if this is like a choke point, I'm not going to... Actually, you know what? Fortune favors the bold. Let's do it. Fortune favors the bold! So this fight started off kind of weird. First of all, the Dark Elves abandoned their defensive position of the choke point and charged me. Because of this, I was able to use between archers and magic, take out their dragon quicker than I would have thought. However, archers and magic that could have been going towards the infantry was dealing with that dragon. And it was not fast enough to stop it from hitting a few of my units with its fire. So the dragon did a little bit of damage before I was able to do it, and it also managed to draw fire from the rest of my units. What does that do? It means the enemy infantry, who can mince my infantry fairly effectively, get into range, taking minimal damage, and they start to mince through my units. And I managed to not well place my lord, and so he gets ambushed and eliminated by the enemy lord, but doesn't matter. He'll be coming back. After that, leadership becomes an issue, and we take a damn good number of elves with us, but eventually the entire army collapses and fails. Magic and archers being able to do a little bit more, but if the dragon wasn't there taking those shots, it would have been a much different fight. Yeah, so, that fight didn't go as well as I was hoping. If I didn't have to deal with the dragon, I could have won. I know for a fact I could have won if I didn't have to deal with the dragon, but because I had to deal with the dragon, there were issues. Fortunately, that lord isn't permanently dead. He'll come back. I did lose the Lich Priest. Boo fucking who, I can replace him easy. Oh, we can get another cunning one. Select. Here we go. And how long before our boy can come back? Rasaf is going to be out for 5 turns. In the meantime, we're going to need someone who can pick up his slack. We'll take this guy and we'll begin building up a new army. All we lose is time. We lost no money, no income. Well, I didn't kill any of them. But see, they need time to rebuild what this is. I'm able to rebuild much faster without a cost. Every turn that those units are not doing anything, they're losing money. So at the end of the day, I'm winning. That is my justification for how that fight that went horribly, horribly wrong is technically a win. So first, I will grab the Quicksand Swamp so we can start getting towards Sepulchre Stalkers. And then I will level up the Golden Colossus so we can get to work on getting another Royal Barracks, because that will be useful. Alright, with all of that out of the way, let's end the turn. Alright, so in 11 turns we needed to capture 800 people. That might be a little bit challenging considering how small
of the sands.
the mode I play on is, but not impossible. Let's get Burkett. What do I want to get, Burkett? Let's grab him some more Pit of Shades. Pit of Shades is good.
Their murder god is pathetic.
That he is. So what are we looking at for the Blood Hall?
Short-sighted.
Decent garrison. What are we looking for the leadership?
Ill-considered.
Not scary at all. We could take that.
The goddess wills it.
This is an easy fight.
Attack! Never!
Alright, it will be an easy fight next turn. Jumping back over here. Yeah,
King of Mehekara.
Chamber of Visions, bit of a mistake to attack, but we now have Tomb Guard. So, on Neferata's next opportunity to do recruitment, we will begin getting some Tomb Guard, and these fuckers hit hard. Yep.
Lich Priest.
Oh yeah, it's the Lich Priest right in there. And now it's in the turn. Ooh, we have a fight. This could be fun. That is a lot of archers they're bringing to bear. We have a secure flank, and we have artillery. I say retreating, we probably won't get as good of a map. With this map, our flank is secure, so I say go for it. This might end horribly, and we might lose our Sepulchre Stalkers, our Necropolis Knights, or our other unit. But we might win. So, the only way I can describe this fight was just a fucking slaughter. The Dark Elves were trying to set up a defensive position to wait for reinforcements, but my artillery didn't let them do that, so they came charging at us. I met them, as well as hit their flank with my Sepulchre Stalkers and my Necropolis Knights, effectively decimating their first line. Their second wave came in, again being bombarded by artillery, and a similar story occurred. Infantry smashed them, and my cavalry, even though Sepulchre Stalkers aren't really cavalry, struck them from their flank and routed them. Then it became a game of chase, hunting down the archers that were sticking in the rear, bombarding units with artillery. Khalida and my Lich Priest managed to melee a couple of characters to death, and yeah, that's really all you missed with that fight. So there we go. Another victory for Queen Khalida. Motherfuck. So I'm going to actually keep this in because this is being very annoying. Bitdefender, the security system I use for my computer, is constantly just taking me out of my game for no reason. I don't know why, but so anyway. Devastating victory. So, we could get a decent amount of money, or we can get some, we got a lot of jars. Let's get some
Let
money.
their souls free.
So that was their turn. I'll see you back on our turn. Alright, it's our turn now. Ooh.
Bring me Neferata's head.
Let's jump into the Blood Hall. And I'm not going to auto-resolve this. I don't like siege battles. It's not fun, and we've already beaten this army. So if I
Kill
auto-resolve,
for Asa.
it's not a big deal. Oh no, we've had some minor casualties. Whoop-de-doo. We will occupy.
My queendom expands.
And now, let us gather up all our units together. Now, as you can see, our army is now very small. Don't worry. We have time. Let's give her the true blessing of Asaf to just buff up everything. Let's take our boy. Let's put him on a steed. Let's put him on a horse. So we can move around a little bit better. And now we can get some soldiers. A unit of Tomb Guard, 2 more units of Tomb Guard, and then a group of local spearmen to fill out the ranks. Now we have the
Asaf
Blood Hall.
smiles on us.
I'll get rid of that. I don't need that. I don't like carrying. And back here, how are things
My
going?
dynasty reigns supreme.
Not really, buddy. You're just here as you're just here to like pad out the numbers while we build up a force. So we'll do that. You know what? Let's get a few. Let's try some of the swordsmen. Let's try to see if a little bit of extra melee helps out a bit. I think for my third lord, I'll have him just go look for wealth. That could be good. We can perform the incantation of Kassar. We do not need to yet. We are not a threat. And we have some settlement upgrades. What do we want to do? We could get another level of port. I don't want to get another level of port because there's no point. I think I'm going to save up so we can get the next tier so we can grab some Sepulchre Stalkers. I think that's what I want to do. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I think I'm going to wait. Save up. I don't really need anything else. So yeah, we'll end turn. Oh, looks like a Skaven faction's been eliminated. That doesn't matter. I don't care. Alright, so now we have Blood Hall. What do we get with this? Caravan Master. We get spices. I don't need those right now.
Bring me Neferata's head.
Yeah, we're building up a bit of an army. Up here. Actually, let me look. What could we use? Okay, so we will need the exotic animals for the these Necropolis Knights at some point, so building those might be good. Iron, we need a lot of iron. We need salt. We don't have access to salt. We have access to spices, but we don't have access to those. All right, let's jump to armor. What can we get with armor? Pottery and idols. We don't have either. Furs. I don't think we have anything that has furs, but I'll check. We don't have any place for lumber. We don't really have a place for any of this. Enchanted items. We can get a Hieratic Jar, which, ooh, that just heals. That's actually pretty good. We can get a Potion of Strength. Maybe if we get a more melee-oriented Lord. Potion of Toughness. Yeah. Talismans. Any good talismans we can acquire. We can get a Sun Scarab. That's about it. And Arcane Items. Can we get any of these? Alright, we cannot. So I think actually... Let me take a look. Copper Desert. Okay, first, Sepulchre Stalkers. We want some more of those. So we'll grab some more of those. And we don't have the funds for anything else. Let's jump around to our armies. High Queen Khalida. Waiting on her to finish up her army. The king.
Have risen.
The good king. Will continue to build up his force. We have a good number of swordsmen. Let's make it an even 4. And we'll grab some more spearmen. And then I think we'll try and march on the Chamber of Visions again. Let me think, actually. Because up here is just open territory. If that's Skaven up there, that's just free real estate. At the same time, though, I do want those diamonds. Those diamonds could be useful. What is the province for up here?
Come then.
I don't want to pick a fight with the Skaven. Yeah, that's far away. So I think I will head south. I'll drop by a few islands on the way, and I'll head south to try and take the Chamber of Visions. And then I'll probably move on the Dwarves. But that will be a future Shadows problem. This will be the end of the episode. If you have any tips, suggestions, name suggestions for the units, put them down in the comments below. Have a good day. Goodbye.